Hello and welcome back to Eternal Goddess. I am Ashley and I'm here doing a requested video really quickly here. I have notes here on my computer as well as on my notebook here. This person asked for a reading concerning a soccer player named Jude Bellingham and Ashlyn Castro. Look, I don't know who this is. However, I do not let that keep me from, of course, doing the reading for you. So you, the person who requested this video, you know more about this couple or this person probably more than I do, is what I'm saying. I'm going off on a whim here. I just pull cards, read the energy, okay? And so I do have several questions that I asked. We're going to get into that now. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you ahead of time. Let's get into this energy surrounding this couple. Okay. So I did ask about the energy, for the most part, surrounding this, this couple, this connection. Okay. This connection feels very faded. Okay. Very much so that, these two were meant to meet here, because I have a lot of soulmate energy, bonding, twin flame energy here as well. Okay. These two were definitely meant to meet, meant to feel something real energetically with one another. Okay. It's definitely giving twin flame soulmate energy. All right. It feels like when they met, it felt instantly familiar between them. Feels like they instantly clicked. Okay. Could be past life ties to a certain degree, especially with this energy here that I am seeing. I hope this one isn't an, oh, you know what? Let me cover this one because, honey, YouTube will have, I got some cards I have to cover because they are a little bit inappropriate, too much for YouTube. So let me cover those. Let me cover all my my grounds here. Okay. The connection feels safe, nostalgic, and emotionally soft for these two. Okay, this isn't surface level attraction for them. It's emotional memory activation overall. Okay. I do have the Wheel of Fortune energy here. Okay, with the Six of Cups, the Two of Cups. This says that they may have come together suddenly or unexpectedly at whatever point. This relationship is part of a bigger cycle playing out for the both of them. That could be a lesson here that they're meant to learn or that they're teaching one another. Okay, there's a sense of this was supposed to happen to us. There is a shifting here within both of their lives in a major way, publicly and privately, because more than likely these are celebrity. Okay, they fall under the category of a celebrity. But this card definitely says that things change very quickly for them, and possibly for one or both of them to the point of it being a little bit uncomfortable. Like one of them may have struggled to transition from a single person to someone who is now in a commitment. Okay, the Two of Cups says that there was mutual love, reciprocation here, equal attraction, and emotional exchange. Okay, this is a real bond, not just for image or publicity. Okay, so make that very clear. They see each other as partners and not just like a fling energy is what I get from this. But at the same time, with the Phoenix coming upside down, somebody really, it could be possible that when they met, if this isn't already happened between them two, like something happened, because I truly don't know anything about this couple. I don't even know who this is. Okay, I'm sorry. Requested video person. I'm doing the best that I can. Okay. If this is not what is already taking place within the connection, it could be possible that one or both of them were already heartbroken or deeply hurt, feeling lost at the time maybe that they met this person. They were struggling with the phoenix coming upside down to renew themselves, to have the level of growth, to have a changed mindset as well, to rise from the ashes of something. One or the other was definitely struggling with making changes for the long term when this connection came in with the twin flames here, okay? They definitely feel like, although this person compliments me well, I'm having a hard time making the transition from and the changes from being single and not in a relationship. Like, I don't know how to be in a relationship. And that might have been the struggle here, okay? I don't know if these two are together or have broken up. However, someone or both of them really struggled to, again, change their status, okay, when meeting this person, all right? This looks like karmic soulmate type energy, okay? Emotionally real, mutually felt, brought together by divine timing. However, with the Wheel of Fortune involved, this relationship is also a catalyst, okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune, it's a wheel. It definitely gives that energy of cyclical things. It's meant to change them, and sometimes change can look chaotic. Change can look turbulent, okay? Not necessarily to stay the same forever, okay? These two were meant to be very impactful for one another, okay? With this type of energy, okay? This doesn't feel like a PR driven kind of connection here. This is we didn't expect this to happen, but now that it's here, it's so powerful. Both of them could have kind of been like taken aback by this connection, okay? It could have evolved very quickly because destiny's at work here, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. One or both of them could have felt like literally having no control anymore, okay? And then they have to go through their major turning points within the public eye, okay? And I did ask about what this man's, where he's at energetically. Like, where is Jude at energetically within in his present life, okay? Energetically, where is he at with things? And I did get the Ten of Swords. Everything is fine. The High Priestess and the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It does give someone who had been at rock bottom, their lowest, like the most painful ending. That's why I said I don't know if these two are together. I done looked this stuff up. I'm just gonna this is the day that I have to get into requested videos. He is coming out of, or is still well within, like a painful ending where it may look like everything is fine when it's not. In public eye, you have to kind of act like you're not in the pain that you're actually in, okay? This could be betrayal, burnout, or something that completely drained him. Could be mentally exhausted, very tired, like I can't go through that again, okay? So I don't know if these two are together, like if this is talking about these two, if this is talking about Ashlyn or not. But this says this is a final ending. It's not something small. This card says basically a chapter of his life is done, okay? And that with the High Priestess, with withdrawal, there's a lot of inner processing. Right now, he's turned pretty much inward, okay? He's probably not speaking much about what's going on with him or with this relationship or what he may be going through, especially with the Four of Cups at the bottom here that I got at the bottom of the deck. Processing things very privately, okay? Becoming more aware and more observant, all right? He may be seen at this time is very keeping it very mysterious, feels distant, hard to read right now, hard to see what's going on with him, especially internally. He hides it very well, especially this Ten of Swords. He hides that very well, but internally he's very aware of how he is feeling, you know. I think the emotions there are pretty strong, even though the Four of Cups on the outside, the underlining energy looks like he's very detached, very disinterested, over it, because it literally has the hoodie that's like, it says over it. Okay. Not wanting what's being offered right now. Okay. Just not really wanting to participate right now. This could also mean he missed something or feels disconnected from what once mattered. Okay. I don't know if these two are together, but energetically from these cards, I don't feel like they are. I'm not sure, but I don't feel like they are together. If they are, maybe they're not in contact right now. Maybe they're not talking right now, at the very least here. Okay. All this combined energy right now, this man is in a space of healing after a painful ending, especially with that Ten of Swords, pulling back from the world, very emotionally unavailable or closed off, very secretive right now, very mysterious, because he's going through some deeper inner reflection and possibly spiritual awakening, because this twin flame energy ain't no joke. Okay. A twin flame comes in to really shake up your world for the better. But it could be very turbulent. You could be very impacted and affected by bumping in to a soulmate or twin flame. It takes a real toll on you. It's possible that this person, because I do notice the age difference, had not yet experienced this. This could be their first heartbreak. And they don't know right now how to come back from it, with the Phoenix being upside down. Like, I don't even know where to start. Rising from the ashes here. I feel very lost, very despair. And literally this card says break up, heartbroken. So it's possible that I don't even know how to transition back into singlehood, like from here. All right. He's not in a place where he's chasing, fully open, or investing himself emotionally in much. This says, I've been through way too much. I need silence, space, and time to understand and process everything. That's what I'm getting here. There's wisdom growing here, though, with the High Priestess, but it's coming after the Ten of Swords pain. So this could be reviewing everything that's happened, while he's emotionally withdrawn. Okay. And I also asked about where she is energetically in her life, okay, and received the Devil reversed and the Star card at the bottom of the deck. I feel like, she's definitely breaking free, okay? She could feel like this relationship was definitely too much. It felt very draining at some point, okay? She could be in the energy of like reclaiming her power right now, because he did see this woman as a muse. When I asked about like how he feels about, like genuinely feels about Ashlyn, he's definitely inspired by her. Definitely a strong emotional bond. And with song lyrics, it's like she's like a love song, literally, okay? A muse. He could listen to music that reminds him of her, right? Okay. Very much so. She had a huge impact on him. But where she is right now energetically, as it stands, is releasing toxic patterns, people, or attachments, letting go of the obsession, the codependency, or the unhealthy dynamic that they may have experienced. Because again, there's heartbreak here with someone who you had a hard time entering a new phase with them, okay? Have a hard time returning, like, back on your own. Like, what do you do after that kind of love? Closing herself in a way that she may not have done, like, before, like, choosing herself this time. All right. This says, I'm very much so done with being bound to things that drain me. Sometimes you have a person in the relationship in twin flames, like there's like this serious imbalance where one is very much so codependent on the other. Like, you know, one may feel like they cannot breathe. Okay. You present, you know, where this stands with the 10 of Cups, we present, like, you know, we're very happy. Okay. But the world did attempt to come up upside down as well. I turned that up, but it could mean, like, you know, it appears very happy. It appears very fairy tale like, but there may be some cycles that we just don't have the ability to break out of, especially with this, you know, Phoenix rising upside down. Okay. There's something that would not change here. Okay. At her core, she's healing deeply, of course, with the star. She's reconnecting with hope, her purpose, and having faith. Just kind of like aligning herself to the best version of herself again, stepping into a more authentic energy. Okay. She's not just leaving something behind, she's becoming someone completely new. Okay. Because I do believe that she was definitely emotionally and possibly even spiritually affected by this connection. Okay. Because I did ask about like how she genuinely feels about him, or towards him, and it says ghost and signs like leaving behind, disappearing, cold, no contact. This leads me to believe that these two, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem to me like these two are together, at least at the time of this reading. Okay. This feels like no contact, and with his being the 4 of Cups, it definitely feels like there's no contact. In this picture, it says I'm over it, and the cell phone is like sitting on the ground, like maybe she's not responding to him. Ghost, no contact, leaving behind. Okay. She's following with signs and synchronicities here and things like that. She may be very in tune with astrology and synchronicities and angel numbers and things like that. She definitely feels right now that this is what's aligned for her, is to not be in this right now. And whether that's temporary or long term, she's taking time to herself to really see what the higher power is trying to show her, is trying to tell her, whatever the case may be. Okay. Releasing toxic cycles for good, choosing peace over chaos. Again, I do feel like there might have been something cyclical that kept happening or wouldn't change, and it's, regardless of how long they've been together, when you meet a twin flame, a soulmate, whatever the case may be. I think the person who requested this video said they weren't together very long, but what may happen in a year's time with someone that isn't in this energy, for maybe a 5 or 10 year span, a lot of those things could happen within that 1 year. It's like, it's so turbulent, it's so tumultuous, it's so high, it's so low, it's so, you see what I'm saying? But this is saying, I want to, you know, realign with my higher self and my higher purpose. Okay. Because this devil energy, I think that you felt, you know, she may have felt trapped, obligated, very stuck, picked up habits maybe that she didn't want to pick up, you know, but it says that the truth of her energy is that she's freeing herself and not going back. Okay. So whatever that means, if these two are together, I would be very shocked or surprised. And maybe for the public with the 10 of Cups, maybe showing the public that, you know, they're good. I don't know, but it definitely feels more so like two people who have a very strong pull towards one another. One of them is like being stronger than the other when it comes to, and look, child, I know this feeling right here where you do feel a bound to a person, but one has to be the stronger person to like make that transition. Like, look, no, this isn't healthy. Okay. She's ready to feel lighter, more distant from the drama, focus on herself and on her path, because it's like she's protecting her own healing here. Okay. Someone could feel heartbroken because while the connection is there and they felt it, it could be that one or the other had a very hard time again transitioning from being single to knowing how to be with somebody. Okay, he's still in the he's still processing the pain, withdrawn and very closed off, and she's actively healing and releasing and rising. Okay, it's like, okay, we couldn't do this together, I'm gonna have to rise over here. And it doesn't mean that they'll stay apart forever, because I know this energy. Sometimes in order for you to really turn this phoenix rising upright and rise from the ashes, you may have to leave this person alone right now. Like, I gotta move forward even if you're not ready to, and he's still recovering. Okay. And with how this relationship as it stands today with the 10 of Cups in the world, okay, it is a perfect connection. Okay. But again, that world card kind of, came upside down. But yes, this does look like the ideal couple. Yes, the love was real, the emotional satisfaction is there, a sense of we made it, or this feels very right. This is the kind of energy people aspire to. But again, with the 10 of Cups, it could be that may how it looks to the public, but people go through their own things in private and behind doors. And you got to understand, people are just like your everyday person, you and myself. Okay. A cycle, this is like a cycle reaching its natural end, fulfillment and closure at the same time, something that has served its purpose fully, whether we felt like it was too short or too long. Okay. This is everything I wanted, but something is wrapping up. Okay. At some point, this was everything that I thought I wanted. And maybe it was at that time. They're still very young as well. And there's a lot more, growth and things that they both have to experience as well. It could be this could be talking about a graceful thing coming to an end. Like, nothing lasts forever. Okay. But this is also a transition into a new phase, where something in it, has completed itself. But not saying that it's, not leaving it unfinished. I think we did what we needed to do here. I learned what I needed to learn. And it could be that that's what phase she's in. She is older than he is. Okay. But we experienced something very real here. We experienced very real feelings here, a very real connection that was very beautiful with the 10 of Cups, okay? And now the cycle is closing or evolving in a way that neither one of us have the ability to ignore or control, okay? So that's what I see here when it comes to these two. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you. Bye.